Well, this is it. It's time to say goodbye to this beautiful camp. It really has been amazing here. All loaded up, got everything cleaned up, packed up. Did a good cleanup around camp. A lot of micro trash here. So got all that cleaned up for the next campers. They should enjoy their stay here. Went down and said goodbye to the creek. And yeah, this is quite the transitionary camp. From here, we're gonna move on to a brand new adventure, something I've never done before, and we're gonna bring you guys along. I hope you enjoy. The adventure continues. Okay, it is time to do this. Make our way out of here. Said our goodbyes to Kelly and Hobbs. This was quite the emotional camp. For now, we're just gonna make our way up into Colorado. Oh, that was a wonderful camp. Really enjoyed our stay there. So quiet. We had one weekend where it was a little busy, but for the most part, during the week, it was just so nice and quiet. Nice to be up in the trees. We're going to continue that theme for the rest of the summer. It is time to say those words. Away we go. Are up on the right here. Welcome to colorful Colorado. Hello, Colorado. Goodbye, New Mexico. There's our sign, Leadville, 10,152 feet. It was a beautiful day in Leadville. Beautiful clouds. Still some snow up on the mountaintops there, not much. Resist spending money on food. I know there's a good pizza place here in Leadville, Mountain High Pies. But it's kind of spendy. I'm going to try to skip it. I've got food in the van. We are coming up on downtown Leadville. Been through here, I think twice before. But I came in a different way. I came in through Twin Lakes. But the grade was not bad coming that route, Highway 25. I thought there was going to be a section where it was real steep, but it was a pretty gradual climb the whole way. Van did good. Check out Leadville here. Some adventure vans. Folks walking the streets. Back at these buildings. Cool. Okay, I gotta pull over and map out where I'm going here. Boy, these guys got quite the view out their front doors here. There's still a decent amount of snow up there. Wow, stunning. Okay, well, we found a gravel road. Road condition is looking good, not muddy at all. Camping 14 days, pack it in, pack it out, clean up your site. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Okay, I am just doing an overnight, so I'm not going to be picky. There's a nice site up here. Currently has sun now. Probably a couple hours, we'll get some shade. All right, we'll give you a little shot around camp. I think the temps it's only in the high 60s, so very nice and comfortable. Actually feels good though, feels nice and warm in the sun, cool in the shade. Give you a shot of where I'm at here. Just backed into this spot here. I was getting some sun on the solar panels. Got a cloud overhead right now, but should get a little bit more. There are some neighbors nearby, but I am just gonna stay overnight, spend the afternoon here, and get moving early in the morning. Tent over there. But I've been driving most of the day, so I'm just gonna get in here and relax for a little bit. Okay, we got some decent rest last night. The sun is just coming up. It's about 6:30 a.m. So I'm gonna get on the road early. Got about 4 hours of driving ahead of me, a couple stops, so should take up most of the day. Let's do this, adventure continues. Okay, it is time to roll. Getting out of here just before 7 a.m. That's what I was shooting for. And then it'll be time to roll into my job. Yeah, the reveal. Got a job this summer, so we'll be filling you in on the details on that. Once I get more details, this all happened very fast. From the time I sent out an email inquiring about a job, the time I got hired was about a day and a half, 2 days. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna meet up with this hiring manager this afternoon, hopefully, if not tomorrow morning. And then I should be placed at my job and working by tomorrow probably, or the next day. It's a cool area. It's very well used. There are a ton of campers in here. I assume it's only going to get busier by things warm up. Make our way out to the highway, and we're going to continue to do this. I'm going to do some more mountain driving. I believe I have at least one decent pass. That's why I wanted to split up the driving. Pushed the van pretty good yesterday. I didn't want to just keep going for a full day of that, so split it up into about 4 hours each day. Away we go. Making our way through Glenwood Canyon, approaching Glenwood Springs, Colorado. This is a real pretty drive, this stretch here. I remember the first time I came through here, I was just blown away. Probably one of the nicer interstate stretches. That water levels are high that time of year. But I am pulling off here. This is the town of Rifle, Colorado. I have been through Rifle before. I believe I stayed overnight at the Walmart here, which is where I'm headed. So this will be my resupply place before I head back up into the mountains. Rifle's at about 5,300 feet. There it is, Rifle, Colorado. But anyway, I'm going to resupply here in Rifle, and then we'll be continuing north from here up to Meeker, Colorado, which is an even smaller town. That's why I'm resupplying here. And then from there, I'll be heading back up into the mountains. My destination is going to be at about 9,000 feet, I think just below 9,000 feet. We'll be climbing back up to where it's cool. I can actually feel it's quite warm here. So anyway, we'll check in here when I'm done resupplying. All right, we are all stocked up here at the Walmart. Where I'm headed for this job, I'm going to be pretty remote. It'll be like almost 100-mile round trip to the closest small town, which has very limited groceries. And, geez, almost a 4-hour round trip to come back here. So I'm going to be trying to just get by with as little as possible to really put myself to the test as far as living off-grid. So we'll see how it goes. I did spend a bit of time crunching numbers to be able to figure, you know, as far as how much money I'm going to make from this job to how much it's going to cost me in gas to resupply because it's so remote. And yeah, we'll talk about that once I get settled in, but it's definitely a factor. Because of that, this isn't going to be a huge money maker as far as a job, but it should be a good experience. One more thing to put on my resume as far as seasonal work goes. So that's really how I look at it when it comes to these jobs. And I hope to be able to continue to pump out videos for you guys, give you a little idea of the experience. All right, we made it out of Rifle. It was all jammed up there. The road tore up. We just skipped getting gas there. I'll get it in the next town. Got about 75 miles to where I'm heading to check in for this job. And we'll go another 10 miles past that's where I'll actually be working. Looks like we got a beautiful day on our hands. We're using Highway 13 or State Route 13 heading north. It's beautiful out here. I love it. Wow. Okay, we have been driving alongside the White River, and we're right here, right off to the right is the split where the North Fork of the White River meets the main section of the White River. Say that a bunch of times fast. So where I'm going to be for the job, I'll be right on this North Fork of the White River. So it's a little bit smaller than the main river itself, but still, it's flowing pretty good right now. Okay, I checked in with my hiring manager. It was nice to meet him. We've only spoke on the phone. Okay, so there is another small campground up the road here. They're putting me up at that one. So I'll be hanging out there, I think, for a couple days. We're waiting on some final paperwork to go through before I can officially be on payroll and start working. So I get to hang out and camp in this beautiful area for a couple days for free. And again, this road was recently graded, so it's feeling pretty smooth. I believe they're running a water truck up here, so it's not very dusty at all. So I'm going to sit back and enjoy this ride up here, and I'll check in when we get to the campground, find a campsite. I am feeling pretty good. This is amazing country out here, very remote. Just the place I want to be working. Okay, here we are, Himes Peak Campground. That would be Himes Peak up there. Wow, what a pretty area. Okay, let's make our way down in there. It's a pretty narrow road going into the campground. But you could probably squeeze a couple vehicles side by side. Boy, dropping right down in there. Ah, it's nice to be up in the aspens. So a lot of these hillsides here, you see all these downed trees. I guess there was a pretty major fire, I don't know how long ago, years ago. And then after the fire, they had an outbreak of a certain insect or beetle that really had an impact on the trees. But there are a lot of saplings coming up, so hopefully in time it's nice. Yeah, there's some folks camping here. Or are they leaving? Looks like a toilet. All the sites have bear boxes. Picnic table, fire ring. Looks a little overgrown as far as the grass. Oh, I kind of like that site there. Okay, I guess I have some explaining to do. Okay, so here we are checking in from the campground. It is an absolutely beautiful morning this morning. I got tied up yesterday on phone calls and filling out all my online forms for getting hired for this job. So I'm sure most of you have figured out I am going to be a campground host for the summer at this campground here, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the spot that I'll be in for the summer. It is really pretty here. The North Fork of the White River is running just down the hillside on the back side of the sites on that side of the loop. So I'm up above here. I think this will be a good spot for a host. This campground has not had a host in the past, I think 1 or 2 seasons. The concessionaire that I'm working for just took over these accounts amongst 5 or 6 other campgrounds in the district. So this is where I'm going to be. We'll give you a little look around. So here we are for a little point of reference. The campground is just right through those trees. The west side of the loop, campsites are just in those trees there. And here's the North Fork of the White River. This old bridge here. It's rushing pretty good. There's still a little bit of snow up on those peaks. But yeah, that water's moving good. In case anyone asks, I did get a fishing license. So I'll be able to come down here and fish when I want. And then there's also a lake up the road as well, Trapper's Lake. I plan on going and checking out. So this will be the summer of fishing. Look at this. Ah, that breeze feels good. Oh, it's so beautiful here. Yes. Well, even being at 9,000 feet, we'll have some warm days this summer, but it seems to be a nice breeze with all the trees here in shade. Cool water to come down to. I think I'm gonna like it here. Feeling really good about this. This looks like a statue. He's just frozen. Good morning. Like your antlers. Yeah, you are like frozen. Like a statue. Just going to use the bathroom. You're okay. Prancing off. Well, I just want to thank you all for joining me on the drive up here. It was a wonderful drive and a wonderful destination now that I'm here. So to bring you up to speed, I have been here for a couple weeks now. This is a very low hour as far as my duties and pay here at this small campground. It's only 10 sites. So as I was hoping there'd be a way to kind of pick up some extra hours, and that's already happened. I voiced that with the hiring manager, and there's been a bunch of other things that has happened in this district, so I'll share that in the next video. But it's allowed me to pick up some extra hours, a couple full days of work here and there, mostly all yard work, which is kind of my strong point. It's been going really good. I've really been enjoying it here. Dealing with the people, the campers, and collecting fees and that so far has been probably the most challenging part. This campground just a few years back was free, and now that it has a fee, I know a lot of us have experienced this out there on the road. So we'll talk about that as well, but so far so good. And I also wanted to give a big thank you for all the kind comments from my last video about me and Kelly splitting up. I really appreciate it. You know, I watched that video back a couple times, and yes, I was definitely very emotional, but just want to reassure you guys, I'm not in pain, I'm not suffering. That seemed to be the recurring theme in most of the comments, that you're hoping that my pain will be eased. Definitely not in pain, just was feeling some emotions, thinking about Kelly and Hobbs and her mom passing and all that. But yeah, life is good, really enjoying it here. Nature is the place to be. It just does great things for my brain. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and we'll be bringing some more videos coming at you here soon. Hope you're all doing well out there. Take care.